Holy
Oh,
cow!
What's
Those
up,
hand,
monkeyheads?
hey
those
everybody.
hand.
Happy Taco Tuesday. Hey,
There you
you know,
go.
it is Taco Tuesday, and my
Yeah.
sugar is under 200, so that's good. All right.
Oh
Hey,
my
Nice.
god!
uh,
And
who,
those
Nice.
hands that appear scare me. No,
do they scare you?
no,
I
they don't.
love it. I was so pleased with how that came out.
It did come out well.
It looks good. Yeah.
You done good.
Thank you.
Happy
Oh,
A.M.O.K Tuesday.
one time at least.
Happy
A.M.O.K.
A.M.O.K Tuesday.
I'm gonna go to.
A.M.O.K
Oh, okay.
Tuesday.
That's terrible. What do we got going on? Who is this? It was me last week, right? No.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yes.
was
Yes,
you
It's
last
your
week.
yes.
turn.
Mo's turn.
It is Mo week again. Welcome
Mo
to
week.
Mo. So I have some to-dos coming soon, and then
You do.
other things that are going on now, but still soon. So if that makes sense.
Kinda.
Okay, cool, thanks. Uh, the Lemp Mansion Barbecue Blues and Booze Patio Party is coming up on August the 16th. It's from 4:30 until 9:30. I believe it's a Saturday. Tickets are $70 ish, plus some fees or whatever. And if you want tickets to it, contact lempmansion.com. And it includes food, buffet, music, and I think they said fun. So that's kind of cool. That's coming up. Second thing in August 29th through the 9 1, the Big River Steampunk Festival. It's up in Hannibal, Missouri. And again, they also say they have food, music, and fun. So this must be a trend going on.
I like
Food,
food,
music, and
music, and fun.
fun.
That
Few,
sounds like
I'm
a good
good.
time.
Do they
I,
have brewskis?
oh, do they? Yes,
What?
they
Of
do.
course, we have some Bruce.
Woo!
And they have ghosty
Brewski.
hunts, and I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have a riverboat. Depends on if the river's flooded or not. But anyway, yeah, it's always a fun time. I've been to it probably 5 or 6 times in my life. Haven't been there for about 3 or 4 years, but it's a lot of fun. All right, bad news or sad news for anybody who was planning on going to the Cape Paracon located in Cape Girardeau, Missouri on August the 29th through the 31st. It's canceled. That
Oh
just
no.
Oh,
Oh.
that just popped up on Facebook about 3 days ago. I was actually thinking about going, but now that it's canceled, well, I no longer have to think about
what?
it.
Makes
So,
it does make life a little easier.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
it really does. So now I can find something
And
else to
anything
do
that
there.
makes me to where I don't have to think, that's good.
Yeah.
That is a wonderful thing. St. Louis Renaissance Fair is coming up in Wentzville, the weekends of beginning September 13th all the way through October the 26th. They're located again up in Wentzville, Missouri. It's about from me about an hour northwest of me. Tickets, basic prices are $18 to $25. There's other options that they're offering this year at extra costs. There's some, here you go, Shad. There's some drinking festivals. There's some mead tasting. There's this, there's
Nice.
that. There's like 15 different options this year. So if
I'm
you're
the muck
interested,
and drunk. Seems
there
like.
you go. Holding your turkey drumstick, right?
Yes.
And your mug in the other hand.
Yes.
So go to stlrenfest.com for more information. Now, for the other thing, the soon, now, coming soon, all the time stuff. We have various paranormal investigations pretty much going on across the Midwest, and they're offered by quite a few. I was looking them up. Quite a few of my good friends here in the St. Louis region, I'll call it. So check out some of these events. They're hosted by Paranormal Task Force. My good
Ooh.
friends Greg and Sandy lead those. Haunted Souls Society, that's with an S. Good friends of Nick and Nikki. Haunted Souls Group, that's with a Z, Soul, Soulz. Dan and Frankie. Excuse me, Midwest Paranormal Investigations, my good friend Dean. They have a lot of different things going on throughout the year. A newer one that I think it's been around for a couple years here is one called GRIP, GRIP, Paranormal. That's Stephanie and Scott. I've met them, and they are just amazing people, and they go to some really off the wall places. They seem small and kind of insignificant, but they have been
No,
absolutely amazing places.
they seem small and
Or
insignificant, but
the
Well,
they.
they're
places are
well,
small and
well, well.
insignificant, or
They're.
the team?
I'm sorry. One more time.
The places are small and insignificant, or the team is small and insignificant?
No, the places are
Oh,
small. They're
Okay.
like small.
I thought you meant the team.
No, 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 not the people. Oh my
Okay,
gosh,
that's awesome.
Stephanie and
There is
Scott. I
no
am so sorry. Boy,
no.
they
There are
twisted
no
this.
small and insignificant. But see, but there is no small and insignificant place when it comes down to the paranormal. It's the
You're
smallest
correct.
and
No,
most insignificant house that I ever went to. That was the scariest place I've ever been. So, I mean,
they
it
may
doesn't have to be the
seem.
I've been to
yeah.
some, some of the places that they go to. I mean, some of them are pretty good size, but a lot of them are just they're just a single floor uh, building.
The
And
Sally house is just a small house, ain't it?
well,
Yeah.
there's a basement there though, isn't there?
Well, basements are
Yes.
creepy.
But yeah, some of these places they're just it's really interesting. Some of the places that they have found, and they're pretty local here too as well. I think they're just across the river over in Illinois. But Stephanie and Scott are amazing people. Another big one. I was just at their conference about a week or two ago. The American Hauntings with Troy. He has a lot of different things that go on year round. A lot of different investigations, tours, talks, bus rides, all sorts of crazy stuff. But they're all in the area, so they all host interesting and I'm going to use the word fun again, reasonably priced outings. So check them all out
One
if you
of
get a
these days,
chance.
I will make it to one of Troy's shindigs.
I want
Have you,
to go to one of Troy's shindigs.
have
We
you
should
ever heard of
all plan to go.
We should.
The biggest one is
I,
American Hauntings
I,
Conference. That's
Yes.
I
Mid
like
That's the
America.
one I want to go
uh,
to.
he did a presentation once where he was talking about the the axe murder house
Hmm.
and how it followed the same profile as several of these houses along the train tracks, and thought it could have all
Oh,
been one
Ballista.
person. But
Yeah.
yeah, he did. But it was the most compelling paranormal presentation I think I heard. Well, maybe not the most, but up there in the top five. And it's really good. He's a good speaker. He's really
Hmm.
good.
He
He
wrote a book
really
about
is.
it too. It might be the man
And he
from
can now he owes
Spain.
me $50 for the plug. So
There you go. There you go, Troy. Thought we'd throw you out there too. But yeah, so if you get a chance, they're all online and they all have various things going on pretty much year round. I mean, almost some of them are almost every week. So check them out if you get a chance.
check it
Okay,
out.
that is all that I have for Mo this week. No Mo.
So
Oh,
No
no mo,
more
No,
no mo
no,
mo.
Mo.
no Mo Mo. No.
Good.
We got
I mean, it's
we
great,
have a
but we have
guest.
a guest.
We do have a guest.
We
So
have a guest.
We have a
oh yeah,
guest. We have a
oh
guest.
We like
because
guests.
well yeah because Ken doesn't like the bag. Fine,
I
Nope.
call
that
it
hurts
the
me.
lunch bag.
Oh, why does it hurt you? I mean,
It
it
hurts
is a
me
good
because
bag. It's a good bag.
I worked so hard. I worked so hard on that, but
You worked
it's
so hard
fine.
putting the bag together. It's the
Uh,
bag.
we've
The
got to
bag of
use
mischief.
we
The
got to
bag of
use
a
it
muckiness.
twice.
A
That's right.
muckiness.
2
Fine.
opportunities so far,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and we hit
But we don't have an
it.
opportunity tonight because we have a guest.
Correct.
We
But
have a guest.
the incredible thing was we picked his worst topic.
The two, yeah,
Two
and then
weeks ago, his second worst topic.
you
So
know, and
next
what it
week, a
is
third.
that is that is a testimony to my luck, which is why I don't gamble. Because
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway,
Let's
yes,
just
you
bring
are
our guest
correct.
on.
We have Amanda Quill coming on, and
Yay!
Shaw, you want to give some kind of information, or just throw her to the wolves?
Well, we could throw her to the wolves. We do know that she's the founding investigator at Cold Spotters, Paranormal Investigation and Events, so she can talk to us a little bit about that.
Awesome.
Nice.
that was a heck of an intro. Here we go.
I know. Thank you.
See, we have to
When
rely
Ken
upon.
brings people on, when Ken brings people on, there's like trumpets going, and he
Da-da-da-da!
Yeah.
some kind
You
of
bring in
town
a bag,
crier.
I come out.
Sean is
I'm
like,
sorry, Amanda.
Exactly.
I didn't have the trumpets out today.
That's okay. Trumpets can scare me sometimes, so I like a small and insignificant entrance.
Yes,
Oh, you pay attention.
I
I like
rock.
that.
Julie said the bag is so pretty. So
We got bags. We
Oh
got
my
pretty
goodness.
Okay,
bags.
now you got to show the bag. Show the bag. Come
Oh, the
on.
bag.
Show the bag.
It's beautiful.
It's high tech.
It's so beautiful. So beautiful.
I worked as hard as a kindergartner on that with all my heart and soul.
Wow.
All right,
You
Amanda,
designed
tell
that
us
Oh
yourself.
my gosh.
Right? He did all by himself.
Wow.
All by
Yeah.
himself. His wife just came in and said, yeah, and walked away. And that was great.
But when she walked away, she was laughing hysterically and crying at the same time.
Love you, Tina. Amanda, tell us a little bit about what you do with cold spotters.
Well,
Just that.
yeah,
You have
stuff here in
bags?
Canada. We got bags, we got boots, we got toques, we got ghosts, and they're all by. Interestingly enough, I'm on this little kick right now where I'm going through and doing a lot of investigations, and they all seem to be right beside the railroad tracks. So that was an entry, and it was a good entry. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
See, we all have VPN.
Nice.
I wish.
Yeah,
so.
well, Cold Spotters, we're founded up here in Canada, and we've spread out internationally now. So we're all over the place, and basically we're just we're really into the networking and the learning off each other. And I don't want to say that I'm not into paradrama, Ken, because I don't want to.
There's a lot of paradrama.
But it's a different world and a different beast up here in Canada. We're a lot chiller. We're chill quills up here.
And cold spotters.
Yeah, cold spotters. Yeah, we're just frozen. We're too frozen to cause drama.
Just move slower. There you go.
Yeah. So we're quite busy. We're quite excited about everything that's going on paranormally. If that makes
Paranormally, I love it. It's going into the Shawnee's dictionary.
We will let that.
Call me for more
let
good
that
advice. Yeah. Yeah. We I don't know what else to say. I'm just like rambling on. Like, my name's
That's
Amanda,
okay. That's what we do.
and I got an ink pen. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Man,
You
we have
guys
things in common.
You guys are high tech.
We are. I mean, Canada's not that far behind, We just got we got these record players.
No way.
Yeah, you have to.
That is so cool.
When it spins around, and then you get some music.
You got to
That's
put
amazing stuff
that
right
little
there.
thing on it to make it sound.
Yeah, actually, I'm in the market for an ear horn. Because I'm obsessed.
Use some hearing aids.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking the equipment, right? And they may recognize the ear horn. They're like, "That's a fancy ear horn you got there, Quill." And I really want to. We're filming right now. We're filming a TV show actually up here in Canada, and I want to take it old school one day and pull out my ear horn. And see, you never know. It could be like the piece of equipment that we have really been looking over. And how can you look them over? They're huge.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, like nowadays, we're so like used to just typing and everything. Our arms are not set for holding that thing, and they're not light. A lot of them are not light.
That's why I have a co-lead. I'd call it, Scott, get in here. Hold my horn. And I get all the messages, and no one else can hear in the ear horn. That's the thing. So I can say whatever I want.
That's true.
This is how you
pretty much say what I want anyways. That's my problem.
Yeah. I get in trouble for that too. So
yeah.
we're
I
not
think
so
the sad
different.
thing. Right? I think the sad thing is those of us that wear hearing aids, like Adrian and I, we can hear stuff. Sometimes things come through our hearing aids that other people can't hear and we can't record. And I think it would be awesome to be able to have hearing aids that actually do recording so you can kind of do the recording as you go. So it's
Like
like
parabolic
headphones.
mics. I used to use them quite a bit, and I stopped because I got distracted probably. But it's like the same kind of thing. So
I
you
get
can
that.
hear it, but you can attach the
But,
recorder onto it. Um, I say we all just get recorders implanted into our brains, and then we don't have to worry about it.
There you go.
That's
That's
awesome.
a great
That way
idea.
it can record
I
your
don't want nobody
thoughts.
messing with my brain. I'm pretty anti people
Right.
messing with my brain.
Yeah, I guess you could get it outside the brain. I mean, inside the brain might get messy, kind of
We
unnecessary.
turn it off. I don't think they want to know what I think all the time.
Yeah.
Records every thought. Did you hear that too?
I was so good at
And
Joe.
then a
Oh my
bubble
God.
appears above your head.
I know. I just noticed that. I'm like, ooh, I get a hero. It's actually
That's one of your that's one of your thoughts. They just bubble popped up on your
yeah.
head.
Oh no, I thought it was a halo all along. So
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we squirrel a lot.
I'm so distracted by it. Get away from me.
It's not going anywhere.
A little pitchfork here.
It's one on each shoulder.
Yeah. Exactly. It actually says cold spotters, but it's just so bright. So bright.
Oh,
Like
so
all
it is
of
a
our
cold
futures.
water sign.
Yeah.
So, what kind of events do you do? Because I do see that you do some events and stuff. So,
I
do y'all like?
do anything that will get people to come hang out with me. I actually, my main thing is ghost tours. So in New Westminster, I run the Ghost of New Westminster tours, and then I do Gastown in Vancouver and a few other locations. We do annual road trips, so we're all over from all the way down to Kentucky. We went once, so all over BC, British Columbia. We're in Vancouver basically, and we go throughout all of North America. So that's another little event we do. I do a lot of like kind of talks and presentations of how wonderful I am. No, and public
Adrian does that
investigations.
too.
Yeah. All the usual.
Adrian and Ken.
Anything I can do to make enough money to not have to get a real job. No.
no.
I love being
When
able
you're
to.
already scoring better
That's
than
a
we
challenge.
It is a challenge. It really is because ghosts, they don't pay too well, and when they do pay, they're like awfully late. I'm still
are.
waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're really late on
And
the
they
payments.
and they don't always cooperate either.
yeah, it's true. Yeah,
So,
it just vanishes.
so
But
you say
yeah,
so you say you're from the Vancouver area, is that right?
Vancouver area. Yeah, I don't know why I
Okay.
say I'm like Vancouver. I live down in
Did I
Yes, my
pronounce that
accent.
right?
My accent coming out of everybody.
Yeah, so as soon as I'm around Americans, I'm like, oh, I can talk funny now. I'm kidding. I'm Canadian. Definitely, I say all the Canadian things. When I lived down in the States, that was like the main thing was get me to say house and go about things. And yeah, so I'm one of those people that it doesn't matter where I am or if I've ever been to the country before. As soon as someone has an accent, I like adopt it, and I can't help
Ah.
it. It's horrible. It's horrible. I have rules when we investigate: no accents, no funny voices, and who's the first one to
Oh
break?
God, that would be so hard for me.
Yeah, I've got this great EVP of an English woman. I'm like,
So
man, I know it's not me.
so it sounds like a chameleon of voices, right?
Mhm. Yes, yeah. I've been likened to a Muppet, so you got that going.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
so what kind
Yeah, no, sorry, go.
Go ahead, keep going.
I was gonna say I really like the difference between Canada and the United States when it comes to approaches and how we kind of are sensibility wise with our teams. So I get really excited when I come on podcasts and like the excitement and that kind of like, you're a big group podcast. Like this is awesome. In Canada, we have like one or two, and it's a lot more like we're reserved about it, and it's kind kind of boring sometimes. I didn't say that, Canada, sorry. But it's true, it's a little bit more excitement, a little bit more pep. So thank you for having me on. And
Of course.
the ghost in Kansas there, Pam, you moved your laptop. I'm going to have to get you to move your camera over again. And there was a little ghost. It was very cute. There was a ghost
back on my wall?
Yes. Yeah, that way.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I was looking at all the
Oh,
stuff.
the one over on that side.
Yeah.
Pam. No, that side.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
there he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you ask questions now. I'll shut up.
No, you're
No, you're actually
here.
doing very
You're
well.
here to talk.
So do you go all over Canada as well, and also the U.S., or have you been quite a few places?
I do, yes. So that's I basically like dedicate 6 months of every year to travel and to just getting out there and seeing new places. I like to really immerse myself into new towns and new old towns and get to know what the feeling and the heartbeat of the city is first, and then find out the ghost stories and go find the ghosts. So I think it's like so. It's part of who I am. So I've been doing this since I was way too young to mention how long ago that was. But yeah, I started around 17, and I haven't stopped just going to random cities in BC started, and then off, across Canada to Montreal and to Quebec, and then going down to the States. So I haven't done all the States yet, but I'm getting pretty close now. So it's fun.
Nice.
Wow, nice.
Sounds great.
What's your most memorable experience?
I got
I know
a
it's
wet,
like being a
wet
child. Like
willy.
one child has the best memory.
Like that. No, for actually like paranormal investigating.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I might not want to know your most memorable
yeah,
nonsense. Not that kind of show.
No. I would say, the first time I got a chance to investigate Alcatraz, just the access, and the feeling of, oh my gosh, this is happening, and it was really cool. It was really one of those moments where you're like, I really do this. This is what I do. This is not like a silly dream or a hobby, or how when you mention that you are a ghost hunter or a paranormal investigator, people are like, oh,
Oh, yeah, you're a little
no, really,
loopy.
what to do. It's it was that kind of, I would say,
You're always
memorable.
impressed when I say it.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. Well, you have the whole goatee and glasses thing going on. Maybe I should do that, and then people take me more seriously.
There you go.
It's
They
Professor
don't take
Adrian.
it seriously at
And then,
all.
of course, ghosts at Alcatraz do not. I've been there 4 times now. They do not disappoint. They're just like, let's go.
Let's go.
Just like
Seriously,
call
let's
me
go.
a
We want to
freak,
leave this
so.
island.
I like being known as the freak in the ghost world, I guess. That's an endearment now. If I go anywhere and a ghost calls me a freak, it's like, oh, you like me.
Yeah, exactly. You're relating. It's lovely. I one of the most like success I get is when I'm just completely and utterly ridiculous, or I am who I am. I used to really kind of play that role of, well, I have to be like this, and I have to act like this, and I have to follow these protocols and only talk like this. I really took that too seriously, and I think in the paranormal we take ourselves so seriously all the time.
Oh, I don't.
No, I'm very anti-paranormal face.
That's the official stance.
Yeah.
That is the official stance.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
No,
It
mine's
is.
more like,
I've trained.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And the girls
No,
go,
as soon as you see me on investigation, you know I'm a little different because I'm wearing a bright yellow shirt. So,
Yeah.
I do that because I don't want anybody thinking I'm a shadow person. And to me, it makes no sense to wear black on an investigation, but most paranormal investigators wear black. And they have that super
Well, I
serious.
wear black all the time, so black
Yeah.
is just my
Well,
color.
Black is boring.
But
Sorry.
and
I
when you
wear
have
whatever's
the night
comfortable.
vision on,
I know exactly. I was just going to say, yeah, it's the night. What looks good on night vision?
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a
Yeah.
list. Every female investigator has one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
not wear black.
Do not wear
Black turns
clip-in
out
hair
white anyway.
extensions. It's
Well, not like that. Sometimes black is see through. So
mhm. I used to
Yeah.
get a lot of flack because I wear makeup, and I did a tutorial, a ghost hunting tutorial once, and it was just me putting on my makeup and doing my hair, and it was like it was in jest, and it was like, and then after it was like eating candy, and that's how I get ready for an investigation. And I got so much flack about it. They're like, "Is she on drugs?" I'm like, why? Because I put on makeup to,
oh
And
my
my
god.
response was like, "We're trying to attract the ghosts, aren't we?" Like, sorry.
Yeah, right? You don't
Yeah.
want to go in looking like shit chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to look
Yellow
like
It
shirts.
was almost the
yellow
same.
shirts. Yeah. Exactly.
Uh,
And why not? Why not try something new every single time you investigate? Why not go in a chicken suit?
Oh, you
Probably.
should do your T-Rex outfit there, kid. Adrian.
those are hot. Those are too hot.
Yeah.
They're too hot. I'd be moist in no time, and I would not enjoy that.
Run through Waverly Hills in like Batman and Robin outfits. Like it's going to get their attention. You would hope. Like at
Yeah.
least get a what the fuck is fudge
I
cakes.
go I go with my different color hair and my tattoos showing. So most
Mm.
of the time, whenever you got ghosts that aren't familiar or modern, most
Mhm.
of the time about that, you're gonna get attention anyway. So
I have a
I
little.
do. It's been successful for me.
I have a
So you do all
process
the
I do.
traveling and stuff. You do all the traveling and stuff, and that's cool. I mean, a lot of us would love the opportunity to go. But what's your draw? Like, I'm a medic, so I'm really drawn to go to hospitals and things like that. Uh, uh, what's your draw?
Well, hospitals are great. I love it. I love going to the hospital. No, for those kind of like just the big open buildings. If they're old and abandoned, it's like yes, of course it's haunted. No, but it does add to the whole experience. But the big draw for me right now is I'm really tapping into my culture, and I'm really going with traditions, and I'm going with the storytelling of it all, and trying to figure out what's going on and what's going on in not only my area or my culture or my traditional territories. I'm also looking at the world at large. Like it's what's happening right now. Like, and something's happening. There's something going on, and I think it's land based. And I think that a lot of the similarities in experiences right now, from here to Japan to New Zealand, like they're all reporting the same kind of phenomena. And what's the one thing we're all doing other than neglecting our Earth? And we have stories, we have traditions throughout the entire planet that if we don't take care of it, it's going to start speaking back, and earth spirits are going to come out, and the earth spirits are going to be like, no. And yeah, let's jump right down that rabbit hole. So that's my draw right now, is to find the land based stories and belief systems and indigenous cultures, and trying to see if there's something that we can learn, or at least agree upon.
Yeah.
Well,
It's far away from a perfect theory or even hypothesis, but it's happening, and it's the same entities, it's the same same stories that are worldwide, and we're not listening.
Yeah, and that, all the catastrophes that are going on kind of
Mhm.
fits right in with that. And I think it's more of not learn, but relearn and remember what we should already know.
Mhm.
That's
yeah.
kind of the angle. I think that's what you're kind of saying. At least that's what I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
Mhm. Well,
Well,
we all know how to communicate, and we all know that that's what we're trying to do. Now, I see like this great trend of getting that hit and getting that. Yeah, we got it. We got the ghost. We got a high. Yeah, let's
mm,
go and put it on YouTube, and let's do all these great things, and we got him. It's like, did you? Because when I walk up to a complete stranger and say hi, and if they look at me and maybe wave back, I don't know them. I don't know how their day was. I don't know if they have an issue. I don't know if they have something to say to me. Even if I talk to them for 5 minutes, it's still not clear how am I supposed to take the next step for them and for what we're all doing here if I don't actually learn how to communicate or use my own communication skills rather than just running out and be like, I got a hello, woohoo, we're getting married tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
there you go.
it's the only way that I can describe that. It's just a lack of vision and a lot of kind of, now what do we do? Like, do a lot of people know? Well, like, what if they have something really important to say and we were too busy chasing, like, rabbit holes and
too excited over just the hello instead of asking, "Hey, thank you for saying hello. Like, you want to talk to us more?
Yeah,
how
if
was
you could
your
hear
day?"
us, that'd be great. So we are whenever we're doing like our EVP portion of our investigations, I'm I introduce myself, I introduce who I'm with, and I tell them why I'm here, and then I'm here to tell your story. And I try to get information that way. So I explain why I'm there. I'm not like, my name is Adrian. I'm from River Valley Paranormal. And why'd you die?
Why are you a demon?
Talk to me now. Yeah,
or
I don't do that.
I'm never gonna leave.
Yeah, if you treat them like as if they were your neighbor or your good friend,
Yeah.
and if they say hi, don't hang up on them and say who else is here.
Right?
I
Yeah.
get that so often. I want to just strangle these people. It's like, you just hung up on your best friend. You finally
Right.
got an answer, so I'll try to take it as far as I can until they just stop talking or they get upset or whatever. Then you apologize and say, well, I didn't mean to upset you on that one. They might come back. Otherwise, Shaw saw
Oh, kind of
one.
like the World War II soldier that you ticked
I,
off over.
I said
Yeah.
something and there was a small conversation going, but I must have mentioned something that irked, that spirit. I got dead silence for what, 20 minutes?
At least.
Yep.
Nothing. So yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
That's
Maybe he
crazy.
just had to go poo.
yeah. And
Well, maybe.
like our human behavior too, like we hear something we don't like, we're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
so it's,
Yep.
yeah, ghosts would be like that too, but it's like, yeah, we do that as investigators, and it's like, it's not about us, it's not about like, well, I want to talk about hockey right now and you guys are talking about the Civil War, stupid. It's like, yeah, like it's yeah, I love I love having opinions.
Yes.
Yeah, we all have opinions.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you're doing stuff, and you sound like you're like trying to figure out the vibe of the area that you're in. So what is the basic vibe of it? I mean, is it spiritual? Is it like creatures? Is it UFOs, or is it all the above? What's going on?
It's all of the above. I'll be honest. Where I live is very, very, very heavy Bigfoot territory, and
Well,
we have a
yeah,
lot of
because all
Athabascans.
Bigfoot lives up in Oregon, so they come up to Canada to talk to you guys every now and then and go back to Oregon, right?
I'm pretty sure they go to Oregon for vacation. Just the other way around. They're snowbirds, I hear. Yeah, they're all up and down the West Coast and all
Oh
the way
yeah.
up through to Alaska and beyond.
Hmm.
But there's so many stories and legends that are just like absolutely mind blowing. Like it's to get immersed in that world is very overwhelming. It's wild. Yeah, it's wild.
Wild.
Um,
I
and
see what you
then
did there.
yeah, it took me a while to see though. But then yeah, and UFOs and even like the correlation between those two and just the interdimensional multi beings. But we have like sea serpents. We have so much more than just ghosts. No offense, ghosts, because you guys are great. You guys are great. You're my bread and butter. But the yeah, what's going on up here right now is fascinating and it is exciting. Um, because it's like a whole bunch of different groups that have just been on their own, doing their own little weird things, like all the time are now coming together and being like, oh, and like it's really cool. It's like we've all discovered that if we put our toys together, it makes one giant, magnificent toy. Yeah,
makes sense.
it's really cool, and it's nice to see people working together. I make a joke on my ghost tour that we have one location where two teams got the same EVP 3 months apart, and it was in the same room, and it was the same name given by the same voice. Two different kinds and styles of recorders. And the joke is, I'm like, that's almost impossible because there's no way that two paranormal teams are going to work together. And it's funny because you always know the paranormal people in the group because they're like, ah! But it's like, yeah, like that. It's so hard to get people to cooperate and to communicate. And even up here, when I say
very territorial, and just never did.
It's so bad. It's so bad. We have like it's ridiculous, but we're all best friends. We're Canadians, right? We're so nice. It's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Yeah. So we have I've done a lot of things with my own team, and where I have events, and I host big tours, and I host like Halloween events, and the feature guest is always from another team, or the team lead from somewhere else, or I get a big investigation going, invite another team to come and host it, and I get so many messages from people saying, why would you do that? You know what they were saying about you last week? And I'm like, I don't care, because I'm doing that so they can see that this is what I'm doing. You want in? Because usually the answer is yes. Yes, they do. And I'm happy to share. There's more than enough going around. It's just unfortunate that there's not more than enough openness of the mind when it comes to
sharing. Everybody wants para-unity, just so long as they're in charge of it.
Yeah. Well, let me let you know about para-unity.
Oh,
we're all from different locations.
Let me just move my halo.
Arkansas.
And we have gone on investigations together. So I think
we all got our own teams.
That's what I'm looking for. We take the para-unity to a different level with us.
Yeah, but a rebranding is in order. The concept of para-unity was created to out other paranormal groups, and that right there is like para-unity was like teams getting together to actually cut out everyone else. And it's so where it was born and how it was created, that the energy and the intent going into that is still prevalent today, and that's why nobody is working together, because we all go under this like little umbrella. Well, I don't. I'm like, oh, wait, me and my halo. I'm under my halo. But we're all kind of subscribing to this idea that is not what we think it is, and so yeah, rebranding. Let's call it Moons Over Miami Paranormal Legion.
just stop using the term.
Well, it's like I call them. They're my parafam. Because I love them so much. They are like family to me. And if I go somewhere and I know I'm going somewhere, I'd like to invite them with me to go.
Yeah.
And that's how I think it should be in a lot of paranormal things. Like I've been invited by other paranormal investigators to go do things, and it's like, I'm honored. And it's like a lot of people don't get that. They're like, oh, well, if you want me, you're gonna have to pay for me to come out. No, if you want me to come out, I'm on my way. I'll pay my own.
You never learn anything in your own bubble, so
well,
and you learn so much from everybody.
Yeah, to guest investigate, and then the next week you always hear, Amanda quit Cold Spotter. She's now on add team here, and I'm like, what? Like, when did I quit?
Next thing you know, you're going to be known as the American that came over.
We started in my team, we started about 7 years ago with the Paracon. It was very small to begin with, and it's gotten a little bit bigger every year. But it's basically, it's free to the public to come listen, but it's networking. We bring in all the teams from our, 4-state area, basically, to come in and just hang out and do panels and talk and give speeches, and it's a lot of fun. Do work
Opinions is so much fun.
It is
so much fun.
And it
Mhm.
really
Love it.
is. It really is endorsing paranormal unity.
Mhm.
Yes,
That
it
is the
is.
true. Whereas a lot of groups out there, and just all over, they're so me oriented that that paranormal unity becomes pu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It really does.
exactly it. Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, so that's why
Pam
I
and
don't.
her team have been just amazing. I mean, I met Adrian a long time ago, and through Adrian I met Ken, and then I met Pam from a local friend of mine
Listen.
that told me I needed to get on with Pam so I could go to
Get rid of
the
the other.
Yeah.
so I was like, yes, definitely. And it's just like every year I that's my plan. I go to her event every year, I go to Adrian's event every year.
And
And
how cool is that? Like that's really like that's the first thing I noticed when I came on board here tonight is we have Adrian, Arkansas. We have
Yeah.
Shauna's okay, and
In
then
Missouri,
Kansas.
Oklahoma, and
Oklahoma.
Kansas. That's right.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
You know,
No, I'm
That's
sorry.
Quill's
That's
great.
okay. I'm sorry. This way. That's okay.
Over there.
I'm okay.
So back to what we were talking about, the vibe and all that stuff. I know that you got, as soon as you said the area that you're in, I knew Bigfoot had to be part of your paranormal adventure. But one thing I didn't don't know about it is like here in this where we're at, there's a lot of Native American culture here. So you'll run into things that are that they'll refer to as little people. They'll run into things like skinwalkers and other forms of Indian magic on land and stuff like that. Do you encounter that?
Well, yeah, that's 100% my wheelhouse per se. Let's say I am First Nations. I'm Cree. I'm from originally from Manitoba community, northern Manitoba. What I'm doing mostly in British Columbia right now is I'm working with. I have a branch of cold spotters that is actually indigenous, and we work more with the land and we work with the traditions and um, the magic, as you said. But
Yeah.
we take that into real
They call it
consideration. And
medicine. They call it
yes,
medicine. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
exactly.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. I love the excitement and the want to express that and to ask these questions and to get involved.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
been too long that it's been so segregated. And right now in where I am, a lot of names when we get a new bridge, it becomes it's the traditional name or traditional language, and people get really bent out of shape because how am I going to learn how to pronounce that? Well, you just learn.
You
It
just
doesn't matter.
learn.
A new word is a new word. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
half of our cities out here are First Nations, cities or not cities, but like the words, and we've all
Yeah.
learned how to deal. And they get very bent out of shape. Well, so we're supposed to learn a whole new language, and we're supposed to change our ways for you. And it's like,
Oh
Yeah.
my
well, I
god.
hate to
Yeah.
tell you, but history, it's
How
crazy.
do you think
But
history came
Uh,
about? I
yeah,
mean,
at least
tell them
like, it's done
tell
in
them
a
never
nice
to go to
positive.
Hawaii because everything over there is hard to say.
oh my
But
gosh. Yes.
But it's also really, and not to get dark here, but it's also really hard to say these words and learn how to pronounce things with needles in your tongues and when you're getting your freedom taken away from you for speaking your own language. So
Yeah.
yeah.
that's where a lot of the darkness comes. So it's like someone just being so into it and being respectful and being like, yeah, like let's do
Well,
that.
Yeah.
Let's talk
when
about
I
the
first
magic. Let's
started,
talk about the spirit animals and everything that really
Yeah.
when I first
it's a
started
conversation.
investigating,
It
when I first
is.
started investigating, I investigated with the Native American Ghost Society, and so Anita, the medicine woman, and she's. I learned a lot from
Need a
her
tall
that I just
bowl.
did
Yeah.
not understand.
Mhm.
So, and I know that, and I know my limits too. So I get into a situation, I'm investigating. This is the direction you're going. I'm out because I can't.
Yeah.
That's not me. I'm going to do something that's going to be disrespectful, not meaning to be. So
Mhm.
I know the tobacco offerings and the candy, and I know things like that, and back off.
Or to at least
Uh,
say, help me understand, because if I don't
no,
understand, I'm not going to
yeah,
be able to do anything.
Well,
And
it
that's
don't
where.
matter. I'm a white man.
I'm a
Okay,
white girl. I'm still
so
willing to
it's not.
understand,
It's not.
Adrian.
So I'm like,
Settle down, settlers.
I know.
Settle
I know it's hard.
down.
Right.
Hard to
So
Simmer
say I'm a
down.
Amanda,
white man. I'm so cool, you know. But
so
but
Amanda, do your traditions then really come into play deeply when you're investigating, or no matter what, whether it's ghosts or cryptids or UFOs or anything that's out of the ordinary?
Well, they definitely do, and I think they always have. I just haven't known that. I was part of. We have something that happened up here called the 60 scoop, where indigenous babies and children were taken from, like, forcibly taken from their families and adopted to other white families, let's say, or other countries.
yeah,
And there's generations missing now, and it's been a hard road back. I was adopted out to Scotland, actually, so um, this has been a part of my life always, and trying to find my identity and my culture and reclaim it, and all the while doing the paranormal. I never even realized half of the lessons that I learned, um, or almost like reaffirming, because I already knew them because I've been doing
Mhm.
them. Like, I had this other way of thinking and this other way of, like, belief system that nobody taught me, but I already knew. Oh wait, I have been taught. I do things very traditionally, yes, but I didn't know I was doing that. If that makes sense.
yeah.
So it's
Great.
really
Because
been
It's
a
your
Yeah.
cool
because it
thing.
default.
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
it's natural.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
That's your
it's.
natural you.
Mhm. Yeah, and we
I
we
know
all
that.
talk about, like, intergenerational trauma and the bad side of it, but there is goodness there too. There is this wealth of belief and love
That's a
and support there
that's an
too. That it's really cool. I mean, everyone has that.
that,
Everyone has their
yeah.
ancestors. Everyone has
That's
their
an
core.
angle though that you can
Mhm.
that the Native American uh, ghost groups out there, not just
Mhm.
the society I went with.
Yeah.
It's cool because you can teach a part of history that most of us idiots don't know. And like I mean I went to school and I did all this stuff and I learned stuff and I knew about things from movies and whatever, but I didn't know about the boarding schools until we investigated one.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know about that history at all. And I
Mhm.
was like, what? They did what?
Because
And
they
I
keep a
had
lot
no
of
idea about it.
stuff hidden.
Yeah,
That's why they
well,
wish.
because yeah, and
Intentional.
so
Mhm.
so it's great. That's what I love about the paranormal because
Yeah.
it will shine a light on history that a lot of us want to forget, and you can't
Mhm.
Yeah.
forget history because that's bad.
Mhm.
No.
And
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
forget
Mhm.
history, it's just going to repeat itself. So,
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. But that's what's so great about doing investigating because you find things and you find out history and you investigate this stuff. You're like, wow, you tell a story, and that story will live on because of
Mhm.
idiots like us. So even the ones in yellow shirts. And but
That's
but
just
no,
fair.
that's why I was asking you. You get up there, you do that stuff,
Mhm.
and I just think it's interesting talking about uh, a different kind of investigating. Like when I'm
Mhm.
investigating with Anita, and she'll take it to a different direction. I'm like, "What's going on? We just done a turn here." The next thing I know, she's speaking native, and I love it. Actually, I just
She is pretty cool.
listen to that. I could listen to that all the time.
Mhm.
But uh, um, yeah, then I learn.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Learned it.
it,
Yeah, yeah. No, it's so cool. It's like, so there's definitely a torner being corned. There's been, a corner. I can't speak.
You're talking
That's
like
my
me. I must
traditional
be I
language.
must be
Yeah,
okay.
contagious. I
yeah.
think I'm contagious there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really it's cool that that I get to do this on that level, and it's so interesting when I think about traditions and stories that I've learned and apply them into my investigations now. Now, when I was talking about the land being poisoned and this that kind of phenomena, there's one thing that's happening everywhere that seems to be, it's like a Hat Man type entity, except it's got glowing red eyes, and he looks in your window, and it's like from, like, places that are not connected, tiny little, um, like, from a reserve to, like, 200 miles away, a house in the middle of nowhere, people that wouldn't actually connect day to day. are having the exact same happenings, to like strange cat-like creatures that don't look like a cat, but it's got a cat's tail, and but they
Mhm.
describe it so perfectly the same, and they've never met, they never would. One's, an 85-year-old woman, the other one's a 12-year-old boy, and it's like all these things are happening along the river, along the railroad, along where we had a lot of the not ghost towns, gold mines, our fur trade, all that. And it's just like when all these changes happened. And I totally just went way off into another field there, but that's okay. We'll get back. They, the Hat Man creature, um, is what's called a visitor, and you don't generally want to see a visitor. They're not for us. They're coming to check on everything. They're checking on like our grandbabies. They're checking on things that we don't touch. We don't acknowledge. We don't, unless you're a certain level of working with spirit and you don't want to see one. That's very bad luck. You don't call upon them. You just don't. Don't whistle at night. But these things are happening, and it's like, why is this creature looking into the windows? Like, why? It's causing so much fear and terror, and it's just like, oh, I don't know, they're having sleep paralysis. I'm like, they're not. And it took me so long to like, red. What does red mean? And then I went through chakras. I went through everything that I've ever learned in the paranormal. And if we have to react to something, and if we have to do something, a call to action, let's say, what are we going to react to? Like a nice little letter that says, "Hey, maybe next time, can you do this?" Or are you going to respond to something that terrifies you? And so if Mother Earth is calling to us and saying, "Hey guys, plant a tree. Hey guys, maybe take care of the water," um, it's going to try to get a reaction out of you. And so these people that are along these lines of disruption and intergenerational trauma of our land, um, it's I just went off. But yeah, it's so important to see that, and like to look at all different aspects, not just the Native American, or not just the what, I don't know, the the movie of the week. I'm like, what is the trendy thing in paranormal? No, it's like, look at it all. Look at all
Yeah.
of the things. And I ran
All
out
the
of words.
things.
Yeah, I need to like recrank my little, what is that called? Like a twist, Oh my
What twist?
gosh! When you dial up a toy and then it goes again.
Oh, a wind up.
Little wind
A
up
wind
toys.
up.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So,
get my
so,
big ball there.
so do
There
you have
was
a
there was a quick. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you have a network that you're trying to create up there or anywhere nearby you that to share a lot of these stories? Or are you
Yes,
have you been successful?
yes, I think so. No, for a lot of these stories, we are. I can't say too much, so I won't. But we are working on a project right now, so it will be coming a little bit more. mm,
Clear.
Clear. Yeah.
Is that a
Yeah.
good
So
word? Yeah.
we've been filming a lot. I'll say that, and it's definitely been really centric to what I'm talking about now. So
Okay.
it is something that I'm going to be sharing, and hopefully everyone tunes
Well,
in.
Yeah.
I was kind of leaning more towards, do you have a network of people
Oh,
that
people.
but
Sorry,
it's
yeah.
not but what I'm kind of hearing too is that you have a network of people that you share stories with, but you actually typically go to them because you travel so much.
Yes. That is a challenge. That is a challenge, and to work with a lot of teams, I have to go there as well too. So I keep that open just through the interweb, really, and just chatting and messengers, my second home. But I try to, yeah, spread the word, keep it going, keep the excitement going. But it's even beyond that now. It's where people in my community, I'm trying to gather more like support for paranormal things, like just engaging people that like ghosts, engaging people that don't want to be investigators but want to hear spooky stories, and then they're going to have a tie into something else. And like I'm now like I work with the city of New Westminster quite a bit, and now it's like I know so many community people. I've become a person in my community now, but it's like it's kind of cool that these places that never used to even acknowledge that they were had haunted places now have a resident ghost girl, and these conversations are happening. So yeah, I'm definitely creating a network and trying to show others how to do that too, and to get this like. I don't want it to be normal ever, but I want us to be
Right.
a little bit more able to speak our truths,
Okay.
and and not think that we're crazy, and worry about
Oh,
people hearing.
they're always going to think we're
Are,
crazy. So
well,
Is that why
absolutely.
they think
Are
we're
you doing
crazy?
it? Are you doing it on your own, or do you have at least a small group of people helping you?
Oh, I have a great group of people. I have my two teams right in town here that are absolutely phenomenal. Like my cold spotters, like Vancouver team, and then my Indigenous side team, who are
Okay.
everyone's part of everyone here.
Okay.
And then
Cool.
our network here is quite large, and then it just kind of branches out from there. The majority of the teams right now in cold spotters are actually American teams, and that's just from the brief time that I lived down there. Um, I try to keep up with it, but it's. I mean, we've all heard of the person that tries to do the international network, and then it all just peters off, and then someone else comes in. Oh, here's
Yeah.
the new one, and it's a lot of work. It's hard, and I have been doing it on my own as of like the last few years. I had a great support system before. I had a partner who really kind of threw it into the next level for me, and was working with me one on one, and getting those connections made and meeting those people, and going to the cities, and having these discussions. So to do that on my own is a little bit harder because I'm only one person, and I do have to live my life too. It's strange, like life.
Life?
I'm
What
here for
is
right?
the
what
afterlife.
is that?
Yeah, yeah. So
But hey,
it's
I, we got to wrap this up because we're right at that hour mark. I want you. This is the time where you can plug yourself. If anybody wanted to contact you or websites or anything like that, just throw that out there. Hey world, this is me.
hey world, this is me. I'm Amanda Quill. I'm Amanda Quill on Facebook, and then Cold Spotters pretty much anywhere. I'm at the Vancouver group the most. Although I mean, just reach out. AQ Amanda Quill. You can follow me, or find me. I'm there. If you see a Cold Spotters group and you don't see me, then they're imposters. I tell you. And coldspotters@gmail.com.
She
Nice.
picked up our
Excellent.
dialect there for a moment. I saw that.
Yeah.
It's my secret talent is impostory.
The chameleon comedian. There you go.
All right. Don't go away. I'm going to send you back to your room for a second, and we're going to talk a little bit, and then we'll talk to you after the show, after the end credits. Okay?
Thank you so
Don't leave
much.
it.
Thank
Thank
All
you.
you for
All right.
being
Wow.
on.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Thank
joining
you.
us. All right, bye. Wow, that was pretty cool. Who do we got?
That is
Really
awesome.
cool.
Who's it? Who's it? I didn't
We
even
got
look. Who's next
Jason
week?
Faust next week.
Who?
Nice.
Jason
Is
Faust,
that?
and he will be
Uh,
here.
he was. He was. He was.
He
He
got
was one of
called
the
into
bag.
work, and he
Oh
was,
yeah,
yes, he got called into
blame
work, but
work.
he said he
Okay,
will be here
he'll be
next week.
Nice.
here. Otherwise, otherwise, it's the
Otherwise,
bag.
it's the
Anyhow.
bag.
Oh no, not the
That's
bag.
awesome. So, hey, everybody, join us next week. We'll
Yep.
talk
Have
to
a
you next
great week. Stay
Bye,
amok.
week. But no, wait a minute. Layers. There we go. End credits.
y'all.
Okay,
Rolling.
stay amok.